Do not move to a city if you are not prepared to be bombarded by stimuli constantly, all day, every day. Okay? I am getting the life sucked out of me because of how much attention and how much attention I have to pay to things outside of me that I have no control over and that are not stable, relatively not stable. There are things outside of me, such as other people's behavior, whether that's in their vehicles, whether that is as pedestrians, whether that is as your bosses, people you work with, things you have to do on a day-to-day basis. There are so many factors, and you hear all that noise. There are so many elements of reality that are just not in your control. And if you are somebody who struggles with that, do not move to a city. Do not move to a city, because if you are already sensitive to the things that surround your body and to what you feel, moving to a city is like turning the noise up to like 100. And it depends on what kind of city you're in and what aspect or what area of the city you can be in. And also on top of that, if you are surrounded by people who look like you or people who don't look like you, because the thing about us as humans, as evolutionary creatures, is that when we are surrounded by people who do not look like us and who do not operate like us, we have a much harder time predicting their behavior, and so we are already on alert. Okay, so again, if you're a sensitive person, you will have a really hard time taking public transport, right? And I don't even mean like sensitive to people's auras and energies and stuff like that, but I just mean like sensitive in general to smells, to sight, to, if you're an empathetic person, oh my God, the city's gonna be so hard for you, because why are there so many homeless people? What do you mean, like, everybody's just walking past all these homeless people and nobody's doing anything to help them, or, you know, like, we're just not invested in each other's lives. It really sucks the soul out of you, because you have to dull yourself. You essentially have to like turn yourself off to just make it through the day. Where are all these smells coming from? Why does it smell like feces? Why does it smell like urine? This is absolutely intolerable. Why is there so much concrete? Why is everything gray? You know, again, it's about where in the city you might place yourself. But I would say if you, again, don't take my word for it, do whatever you want. But like, if you are somebody who struggles with too much noise and are sensitive, not even just like actual sonic noise, but to just energetic noise in general, distractions, things moving, the city is not going to be a comfortable place for you. That's really it. I don't feel like too much has to be said. It is psychic warfare out here though, 100%. I used to live in a small town and like a much smaller city, and that was so much more tolerable. I didn't have to think about all the people crossing the street. I didn't have to, you know, be conscious of like all the cars moving by and everything moving and all of these different things that are happening. I mean, it's just warfare out here. I live in a city with over 3 million people in it, and it is crazy. It's crazy. Again, I'm sensitive, I'm empathetic, I feel things. That is how I know things. That is one of the strongest ways I know things. And then I know things and I feel them. And I just can't turn that off, you know? Like, so there's just not the same kind of grace and elegance that you experience from nature, the same kind of predictability and grace and elegance that you experience from nature as in a capitalistically constructed urban society. So if you needed a sign this might be your sign. If you want to move to a city because, you know, you're going to make more money and blah, 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 it's like, cool, yeah, okay, then do that. But I would ask you, like, what are you making that money for? Just to go live somewhere like where you used to live, but now with some idea of more security? I don't know. It's rough out here, man. That's all I'm going to say. Peace.